Okay, let me know if I should be concerned because I got my box. I ordered it. It's May 6th while I'm filming this, okay? I ordered this a couple of days ago. Remembered that I got 2 books. Can't remember what one of the books is. Like, is that alarming? Should I be alarmed? Hello, beautiful friends and book lovers. I hope that you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Heather, and here at Heather's Book Review, I like to chat about all the books that I read / listen to in my monthly wrap-ups. And near the end of the video, I'll put a timestamp. I do talk about all the TV shows and any movies that I watched in that month as well. And I have so much to chat about. Like, this is going to be a long video, so I need to get it going. But my box was delivered early-ish. It's usually like not this early. But I remember I got the new Alex North book, but I cannot remember what the second book is. So I cut the tape, but I figured I would just open it here. So I'm not sure what that says about my memory. But yes, I did get the new Alex North thriller. It's thin. The Man Made of Smoke. Look at the lettering on this too. That's cool. Kind of gives that, you know, hazy sort of vibe. But yeah, it feels thin. I don't want to look at the actual page count because one time I did that with one of Riley Sager's books and it like spoiled the ending for me because I saw what the chapter or like section of the book was called and it totally gave away the twist. So now I'm like paranoid that that's going to happen again. So I'm not going to do it, but I would say this is definitely under like 300 if I was guessing. But I love Alex North's The Whisper Man. When I got back into BookTube, I started this channel back in high school. If you've got time and want to see what baby Heather looked like, go on and look back. But when I came back to this, it was during COVID, and The Whisper Man was one of the thrillers that I read that like really got me back into just reading again. So it's a really good book. Anyway, so he will always be auto buy for me. Although the Shadow Hand, I don't know what the heck. And then his other book, the past 2 books I've read since The Whisper Man, I haven't loved as much, but hopefully this one, you know, is great. And then this is the second one. I don't know why I couldn't remember this. Also, it's thinner than I was expecting. Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte. Oh no. See, I got to do this before I film. McConaughey. I hope I'm saying that right. I've seen this everywhere and I know it has made a lot of people's top books so far for 2025. So I just added it to my box. If you're unfamiliar with Book of the Month, it's all of these books behind me with this little colored square. It's my favorite book buying subscription. I think it's really reasonable, especially for hardcover books. So if you're interested, I will leave my referral link in the description box below. And if you go through me, I get a free book, which is sweet. But yeah, those are the books that I chose for May. Let's get into April. Also, look at this honking bruise. Okay, you're going to see it in the film anyways. Ready, parents? Are we ready? Also, cute. I know I've showed it off before, but like I just love showing it off. I was going to get this for my 30th birthday, but I was like very, very, very postpartum. So then I got it last summer. But anyways, look at the honking bruise. Quick story about that. Parents, you're going to relate. There was a Hot Wheels. First off, it's fresh in the morning. Just woke up. There's a Hot Wheels on the kitchen floor. I don't see it because I'm just waking up, you know? I'm like not paying attention. Everyone's still sleeping. Step on the Hot Wheels. Brace myself as I'm falling first thing in the morning on my daughter's high chair. Isn't that ironic? So it's like the Hot Wheels from my son. The high chair catches my fall. But yeah, now I got this honker. All right. I was really hoping this was going to be the first book I was going to talk about in the month of April, but I can't finish it because I'm not jiving with it. What the heck is happening? Actually, what the heck? I'm like, this isn't even right because my son grabbed it and then took out the bookmark, but I know I'm like roughly, I think I'm even past this. I'm like definitely 3/4 in. Guys, why am I not loving this? Why can't I finish it? What is happening? It is so highly rated. I said on Instagram that I was reading it. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're going to love it. I cannot understand the hype. I don't know what it is. And I'm not chalking it up to me loving thrillers because I do. And this is obviously not a thriller, but I read other genres. Like if you're not new here, then you know I've really been into like historical fiction the past couple of years. Okay. What the heck is, I find this to be so boring. Is it just me? Is it just me? So anyways, this is going to be in my May wrap up because I need to finish it, but I've been like slowly reading it all month and I don't know what is wrong with me, but that is a book that I definitely do not understand the hype. Go look at the Goodreads ratings, just go. It's something outrageous, like in a positive sense. And I'm like, Heather, what are you missing? All right. As I'm choking on iced coffee from being dramatic, let's get into what I actually read. Thank you so much to Simon & Schuster Audio for letting me listen to Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. This book, it's a great book. It is a great book. It's definitely one of my top 10 so far this year, okay? Probably will make my top 10 for the year, okay? Definitely rating scale wise, it's a go get this book now. Maybe I'll pop up the rating scale here. So go get this book now for sure. If you're new here, this is my rating scale. This is how I rate my books. I don't give a go get this book now unless I truly believe that if you get it, you will enjoy it. Like I can say that wholeheartedly that I really think it's a great read, okay? Broken Country, heavy book. Really, I mean, I loved it. You feel so many emotions when you're reading it. It starts with a murder. It's like it's dual timelines. There's a murder in the book and you hear like the trial that's being held for said murder. And then you're following our MC, who's a woman. She's married. I don't want to give too much away, but basically it's like her life and a few characters in her life and how everything ties into this murder that starts. I wouldn't say it's a thriller. It's just like I don't know what it's categorized. Probably just under general fiction, to be honest with you. It's a great story. You guys have to pick it up. Loved it. The next book is a courtesy of St. Martin's Press. Thank you so much for letting me read The Locked Ward by Sarah Pekkanen. I love Sarah Pekkanen. She's another auto read author for me. I love her books. She has a couple duo books with Greer Hendricks, who's another great author. This one is just a standalone for Sarah Pekkanen, and it follows a woman who's in a psych ward for something, and then it follows another character, and their stories are somewhat related. I'm just gonna end there. I will say it's not my favorite by Sarah, unfortunately. I really wanted to love it. I thought that the premise was, I love to look at the book of the month bookmarks, and I just saw it in my bag and I didn't see it. It's been pages since we met. That's cute. I save all of my bookmarks. Literally any single one I've ever gotten from book of the month is somewhere on this shelf, unless I lost it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't know. I thought the premise was cool. Like, I like when a setting is in the psych ward because you don't know, like, is the patient crazy? Are they faking? What's, going to happen with other patients in the ward? Like, I liked it. I just felt like it didn't really feel unique. And unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to remember it, Like, when I sit down and I go over all the thrillers that I read this year, I don't know if it's going to be, like, if I'm going to be able to recollect a lot because it just didn't feel very thrilling. There were a couple of twists near the end, but yeah, I don't know. I would say I feel like an enjoyable read is kind of gracious just based off like reflecting my experience. I'd probably say it's a decent but flawed just because it didn't feel very unique. It didn't really hold my attention. And yeah, another book, I'm not counting it towards my April count, but I am bummed as I'm reading it, and I really thought I was going to finish in the month of April. I don't know where the sleeve is for it right now. Count My Lies. Who wrote this? Sophie Stava. It's becoming a show. I think I saw Lindsay Lohan's picture. I just don't understand because this is a ripoff of a different book, of a very well-known thriller. And keep in mind, I have this much left. But unless it has a drastic ending, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil. You can DM me on Bookstagram if you'd like, and I'm be happy to tell you, but I don't want to spoil it here. It is a complete ripoff of a very famous, in the past couple years, thriller. So I don't know what the heck. If you know what I'm talking about. But I'm like, how is this becoming a show But the original one that this feels like it's a massive ripoff from is not a show. Like, I don't understand. I'm going to finish it. I hardly have any left, but what is happening there? I don't know. I did see on Bookstagram that some people were like, this is a total ripoff, but they were great and didn't say said book, because I wanted to see for myself if I felt like it was, if I had the same feelings. But holy smokes, yeah, I'm not quite sure what the heck happened with that one. But let's go ahead and get into another book that I did finish, which was Askforandrea by Noelle Ihili. I don't know. I'm trying to like do the phonics of it. Healy. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Loved it. Thank you to Simon Audio, first off, for letting me listen to Askforandrea. This is a fun thriller. It's about a serial killer but the point of views are from his past victims, like being told from their ghost point of view. Okay, so it's got that ghostly element, which I thought was pretty unique. I don't know if I've read or I can recollect any thrillers that are told from like a ghost point of view. At least none are coming to mind right now. But this was fun. Sorry, I have my coffee in my lap. It was fun. I loved hearing the girls' point of views. I was like, it's a nail biter. If you're looking for one where you're like, what the heck is he gonna do next? Is he gonna be found out? Like, it's one of those thrillers. I loved it. I would say go get this book now for sure. It was a nice audio book as well if you are looking for good narration. I listened through Libro FM. I'll leave that link down below as well, but they are the audio company that I go through. It's indie. It supports local bookstores. They give you the choice of which bookstore you want to support, which is really cool. So yeah, check those guys out, especially for your audio. But yeah, definitely we'll be looking at other books from Noelle because I loved this one. Okay, last on my list, just finished last night, actually. Another thank you to Simon Audio. Look at all the books I listened to. I was trying to physically read, but it just wasn't doing it for me this month. And that is Coramhouse, written by Bailey Siebold, I'm going to say. Love this cover, by the way. Like, I love all the colors there. Coramhouse, interesting. So the book is fictional. It's a fictional thriller. However, it's loosely based off of true events from a real life orphanage. I want to say from the 1800s. And I did listen to the author's note just last night. So I'm almost confident it's like mid 1800s orphanage house. Or maybe that's when the orphanage house was started. I don't know. But this thriller, it follows a woman who is a writer. She's a true crime writer. And somebody reached out to her and asked for her to write about this brutal past and the potential murder of a young boy who was at the orphanage. Okay, so she picks up the job. She needs a job. She needs the money. She goes back to the town where this orphanage is from. And then the story basically takes off from there. I will say, while I thought it was a good thriller, I think it's a strong thriller. I think it was nicely written. The characters were slightly confusing for me, and it maybe only took me a week to listen to it. So I just felt like I was kind of getting confused with like who was a past, orphan, who's someone that's currently working there, who's someone that's like in the law department there. Like that kind of got muddled for me. So I would say my piece of advice, if you are going to listen and or read this, is maybe do some sort of notes. Like, I don't know, if you guys are like me, especially if it's a book I'm looking forward to, like an Alice Feeney novel, I'll open up like a fresh notes page in my notes app on my phone. And then I kind of write down who the characters are in relation to the MC, like as I'm starting the book so I don't get confused. I wish I would have done that for this book because I kind of was like, whoa. It does have a really cool twist at the end though. And I didn't see it coming. So that was good. Again, I would say this one's an enjoyable read. I don't know if everybody would love it just because, of what I just said with the characters. And it is slow burn-ish, right? Like she's diving into like the past of this place. But overall, I did highly enjoy it. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into my April 2025 TV and movies. You guys, I have so much. So stay tuned if you want to talk about that. If you're going to pop off the video now, thanks so much for watching. But yeah, let me get chatting about TV. Okay, so if you watched March wrap up, I finally watched Lord of the Rings. If you didn't see that wrap up, I'll link it up here. My husband has watched Harry Potter with me so many times. I'm such a Harry Potter fan. My classroom is Harry Potter themed. I love it. I love it. Okay? It's nostalgic for me. What's nostalgic for him was Lord of the Rings. Fine, whatever, did it. Actually really liked it. I did. So we finished the third early April, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Very much loved the trilogy. I've been watching Next Level Chef. You guys know I love Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. I've seen every single season, almost of Hell's Kitchen. I've seen for sure every season of MasterChef and MasterChef Junior. But yeah, so I started Next Level Chef. At first I was like, the premise is it's whatever, but then like it grew on me because I love him. So started it. It's on Hulu. Highly recommend if you like cooking shows and reality. Speaking of reality, on Netflix, a couple of my friends told me to start watching $1 Million Secret. Sometimes it's annoying, by the way, when I'm just thinking of like how I'm gonna edit this video, trying to find the like stills of the show thumbnail or the movie thumbnail. Sometimes it's so annoying. So I'm sorry if I don't end up putting them here. It's like annoying when I try to save the images sometimes, or it's like grainy. I just remember when I used to watch Below Deck when I first had Violet. And I would like try to find them and save them, and it was like a hot mess and was just annoying. So anyways, $1 Million Secret is on Netflix. It's so fun. There's like, I think it starts with 12 people. They're in this mansion and somebody starts out with $1 million. They all have these boxes in their room. And then if you open the box and you're the millionaire for like that day or whatever, you have these challenges that you have to complete in order to get like a level up at the voting ceremony to try to not be voted off. But basically, you don't want the $1 million early enough in the game. You want it like near the end. Anyways, I loved it. If you're looking for something that's not a massive commitment, it's good because it's only 8 episodes, I think. And it was fun. I loved like the cast. I thought they were great. There was this one girl who was kind of rude and mean and lasts a long time in the show. But yeah, I loved it. I thought the people that they casted for the show were great. It's like, I feel like a mix of like reality shows, you know, because you're living together, but you have that like anonymous bit too. So yeah, I thought that was fun. The one I'm most excited for is we just watched episode 4. This one should be an easy still to find, and that is The Last of Us Season 2. My husband and I played the first video game, The Last of Us. And by played, I mean he played and I watched pretending like I was playing. He'd be like, oh, do you want to play a little bit? And I'm like, not really. Like, I'll just watch you. But you know, I was there for moral support, so it counts. Anyways, love The Last of Us. We stopped midway playing the second game. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. So everything that we've watched so far has been so much like the video game. Like they are... The creators and producers of The Last of Us they're insane. Also, it's HBO, so like it's gonna be good. But if you haven't, you gotta watch it. It's so good, okay? The Last of Us. There's the full first season, then the second one. Now we're in the movies. I watched 5 movies. Well, actually, yeah, 5, because we already talked about Lord of the Rings. We watched 1917. It's a war movie, World War I. Really good. Won the Oscar, I think, for cinematography a couple years ago. The movie is shot in like 2 very long scenes. It's incredible. If you're a movie buff, you have to watch this. It is filmed so brilliantly. Literally, like the first scene of the movie is one shot for the first like 40 to 45 minutes. I'm not kidding. Insane. I don't know how it didn't win. What the heck won? Now I gotta look it up because it lost to Parasite. Parasite was a fantastic movie though, so I can't complain. Wow, that was a good year for movies then. Okay, anyways, back on track. If Parasite wasn't in there, this one probably would have won because it's incredible. If you're not into war movies, I still recommend watching it. Okay, it's really good. Finally watched The Matrix. 31 years old, just now watching The Matrix. I mean, it's dated, right? But as we're watching it, my husband's like, okay, you got to understand, for the time, the tech, on this movie is actually pretty good, right? So I was just trying to like go into it with that hat of being like, okay, this was filmed, a little bit ago. Thought it was good, interesting. What I thought was the best movie I watched all of April was the remake of Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling. Oh my God, what a good movie. Like, what a good movie. And I say I don't really watch sci-fi, as we watched The Matrix and now Blade Runner. I thought Blade Runner was I was like really hooked. But I do this thing where we're watching a movie. We have to start our movies late, right? We have 2 kids. Our son's almost 4. He doesn't go to bed. You know, by the time routine and everything's over, it's like 8:45. Yeah, girl's tired. I get up at like 5:30 every day, okay? So I do this thing where like we watch the movie and then I fall asleep in the last like 30 minutes. Every single movie. It never fails. I always fall asleep. And I was this close. I had like the last 10 minutes of Blade Runner, right? Which is like the climax of the movie. Anyways, really good. Haven't seen the original, but loved this remake. And then the last movie, I was actually very surprised. I'd never watched it. It's called The Prestige. It has Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman. Not recent, but not old. Yeah. My husband really liked that movie. I was able to call the twist. It's so hard. I wish I could just like spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it. But there's a pretty massive twist at the end of the movie, and I like saw it from the jump. But yeah, if you're curious, message me on bookstagram and I'll tell you. I'll say my hint was I was able to figure it out based on how the movie was being filmed. So that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's in it. Like, it's got a great cast. Very, very good movie. But yeah, the thriller in me was like, I was that annoying person that's like, I really think this is what's happening. And he's like, okay, well, we're going to find out when we watch. I was like, yeah, but I just want you to know, like, this is what I think's happening. So yeah, anyways, this is going to be a long video. I'm excited to edit it. I'm excited that Alex North came out with this book. I cannot wait to start it. I cannot wait. I just need to finish. I'm not even worried about finishing Remarkably Bright Creatures, to be honest with you. I'm just going to finish this, The Lies We Tell. This better have a good ending. This copycat of a book so far. This better have a good ending. Anyways, as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.